All right, we are live. Hey, Maree.
Hi,
Hey,
how are you?
Jazzy.
Hi, Jazzy.
Hey, everybody on the chat. Thank you for being here. Um, so, lots of things happening. Again, I want to know what's real, what's not real, because some of it is quite big, and I figure it's important to know like what's going on in the movie. Like, are we really in is it part of the movie or is it retaliation from the bad guys? So I figure we would take a look at it because I saw that supposedly Israel was getting attacked.
Mm,
And I'm like, okay, is this real? Like, are we truly in war? Because, we, it can be total movie. So
totally.
yeah,
Yeah.
I figured let's find out and let's see where we're at with this.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. So the first question is you want to know if there has been if there's been some sort of bombing or whatever of Israel, and let's have a look and see what we're getting.
yeah, if it's real or if it's just basically a movie playing out of AI or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely been some losses because we've got our Eight of Cups. So there's been some things that have been um, you know, mucked up, taken out, whatever. I think a lot of it though, it's being hidden. Like it's not exactly how it's coming across, but there's definitely something going on that's causing some havoc. Again, there's some smoke and mirrors going on. So definitely things are happening, but there's a lot we don't know about that's also going on. So because I mean, just from what I've read in the past as well, Israel's got one of the best military defenses, like in the world. So they would be stopping a lot of anything that's coming in anyway. And but there is definitely that those cards are telling me there's definitely stuff that's going on.
Okay, so then let's find out who really is attacking them.
Yeah,
So, is it really Iran or is it the White Hats,
yeah. Let's
the
have a look and see.
alliance?
All right.
Good morning, everybody on the chat. For those of you in Australia,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one wants to come up. They all want to come up. It's um it's mostly coming through from Iran because we've got the high priestess, but there's still something hidden. There's some mystery in there as well. Um, I feel that there's some contemplation going on about the whole situation with that Queen of Cups. It's like, okay, what are we going to do here? To it's almost, and I'm getting the words. We've got to make it a good show as well. It's
yeah.
part of the because it's like that King of Swords has come up, so it's like it's got to look like a really good show as well. So it is, yeah, I feel that it is coming from the cabal.
Oh,
That's
okay.
well, when we talk about Iran, we've got to remember that they've been run by like a everything would have filtered down through the military, through what they've got there. So they would be just following orders. So even if the top dog's been taken out, there's still people that run it the way it's been run for 50 years now. So it's a strategy. So the Seven of Swords has come up. So they've had to change the plan as well to try and keep this balance happening. But yeah, and I think I read somewhere, and who knows if this is real, but there was a Iran Navy ship that got taken out by a submarine, apparently, and they were saying, "Oh yeah, look at all these people that have been in the ship warship that have been killed," and I'm like, "But look at the thousands and thousands of Iranian citizens that have been tortured and killed over the years by this Ayatollah, by this cabal system." And it's like sometimes there's a sacrifice that happens, and they would have been taking orders from them. When you're in the military, you take your orders from them. So I'm sitting there going, there's always going to be some casualties in this,
Yes.
always. But
Yes.
people are going, oh, this is terrible. Well, what about the maybe hundreds of thousands of civilians that have actually, you know, lost their lives because of this regime? And people don't come back up and see a bigger picture.
Right. Right.
Yeah, yeah. So, so yeah, I think, and this card's come up. So a lot of people are worrying about this because it's the Nine of Swords. But
Mm-hmm.
to me, it's not something we have to worry about. It's going on, but it's not something we have to worry about in the long run when we look at a bigger picture, because it's a bigger picture. And I'm still getting that it's not going to go on for long. I still keep getting this is actually quite a short timeline. So, whereas usually, with with the other sort of leaders in the US or whoever starts those sort of wars, they go on for years and years and years, don't they? Nothing's really resolved. Nothing's fixed. Whereas I feel this is a whole different. There's a whole different backing and plan behind this.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. So, um,
yeah. Look at that. This card came up as I finished saying that, the Emperor. So, I mean, it may be longer than they wanted, but it's still going to be nothing like other types of wars have been.
okay. So then what doesn't make sense here is we know that Israel are not the good guys. So it doesn't make sense that Iran, who the bad guys in Iran, would be attacking the bad guys in Israel because they're the same team.
So what I was getting intuitively, I was just contemplating, and I'm getting that Israel are being puppeted. So they're being used because they've been. Remember when Trump did that around the world back in 2017 or 18 or whenever it was, he went round and he saw every single nation and they actually capitulated. So I feel this is when that's coming back into use. So they're using Israel. That's what I'm getting. I'll do some cards on that. But
So
yes, is that sort of, yeah, what are your thoughts on that? Yeah, the Hierophant, they're using this country that has been set up by the Rothschilds or by the cabal, because that's, to me, a Hierophant is someone that has a lot of power and authority over people, but they're using it. Let me just get another card to see if I can explain this with pictures. It's always helpful. So yes, I love it. So our High Priestess has come up. Remember, this came up in that first question. So there's mystery going on behind this. So I don't think people realize that Israel has been told you have to do this. Yeah, Three of Wands, looking forward to the future and letting go of the past. They're being puppeted.
by
They have to
whom?
do it by the White Hats.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm getting. And I was getting this, I was going, oh, this makes so much more sense.
Okay, so they've been taken over. Maybe you said that in the last show and I forgot.
No, it's yeah. Look, they're working in collusion now. They have to, because the Two of Cups has come up.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's
So
so much twisted that we don't know about in this
so it's
show.
almost like they're puppeting them to get into war, even though they don't, that's not what they would want to do, right?
Yep, and
Basically.
it's yeah. So they're actually allies, and this is why I feel Trump has kept the appearance up. We're allies with them because everyone's going, but we know who Israel are. Like, why? And this is what it is. It's playing the High Priestess card. It's like the mysteries that are going on behind the scenes to what you're actually seeing is different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. I know it's
Oh,
just it's very convoluted, and yet in another way it's not.
okay. Wow, that's interesting. I never thought about it that way. So what do we have an update on the Strait of, is it Hormuz?
Yeah,
Did I
I'm
say
a
it right?
little I, I don't know how to say it either. Because remember, I think it came up that there could be some issues. There could be some issues that go on there.
Right. So I
Again,
wanted to get an update on that because that was
okay.
last week. So I wanted to see if within this week anything happened there. Um, Anything different, any update on that?
Well, it was interesting because I was just contemplating, and then because I thought I'll just have a look and see if there's any news around anything, and then the first thing that pops up is that Trump has said he will cover the insurance and have military support
Oh,
to
yes,
get.
yes, 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 yes.
Yeah. And then I read deeper into it, and apparently what usually stops these canals from being used is that the insurance, which is run by London, which we know is the cabal city, they go through the roof, so they can't afford the insurance, so nothing can move. It's often that was what was blocking it. So Trump's
Right.
already got the solution in place. And I went,
Right.
oh,
And
I
that's
never
why I
thought of
thought,
this.
well, and that's why I wanted an update because I was hoping that solution would stop the blockade, and
Yeah.
would get the ships to get moving.
So the Six of Pentacles has come up. This is something's being offered. But it's not. I feel again, it's going to be shown. This is what can happen. Yes, your prices are going to go up, but then we'll step in and show you this is what used to happen, and it's not anymore. So yeah, Queen of Cups. It's going to make people contemplate. Oh my gosh, Oh my gosh, this petrol's gone up. It's got expensive, or this is food's going up because now of
Yep.
the restrictions. But I feel. Let me just get the last card, which I feel is going to help to explain
Well,
what I'm.
everything's going to go up because everything uses, um, I mean, everything uses gas, all the trucks that carry everything around. I mean,
Yes, but it's not going to, like I keep getting, it's not going to be long term. And here's the messenger. So the Knight of Pentacles brings realistic change or a message. And so I feel like, yeah, people are just going to go, whoa, this is really, they're going to ask questions because our Two of Pentacles has come up. So this is actually, people will
yeah, but they're
stop
going
and
to
ask.
blame it on Trump. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. It's all going to be blamed on him.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know. I think because he'll come up with the solution for it and just say, okay, we've now got it open again. So, we've managed to get rid of this, evil regime. The people are free, and he has so much support from the
Can
people
I?
now.
So
Yeah.
let's ask if this is part of the movie because I thought
Mm.
that the UK already had been capitulated and had been taken over. So is this part of the movie? This
Well,
this block of insurance by London?
they already have been taken over because the judgment cards come up.
Yes.
So
Okay.
what he's doing is he's telling people what used to go on. So in the past, there's no way they would let him have military and have like okay insurance prices, you know what I mean, make it so if they were still in control. He's showing them what used to happen. So this is why people will ask questions and go, well, how come he can open it up? Why hasn't, let's come up again. Why hasn't, that's, I just shuffled and redid. So
Yeah.
this is going to actually make people ask questions even if they're anti him. And the fact he has all this support from the Venezuelans, from the true Iranian people. And I'm really excited to see what's going to happen down in Cuba. So there's something bubbling there as well.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm sort of just starting to feel, oh, that might be the next one that comes up on notice and show, and it's almost like it'll be nearly finished what's going on in the, in that area, in the Middle East area. And it's almost like that'll get finished over here while this is just kicked off. I don't know. It's just what I'm getting. So we shall see.
Okay.
Yeah, justice. I think there's justice coming for Cuba.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh my God, those people have suffered so horribly.
Yeah.
So horribly.
I know.
So let's see what Sherry's saying. I just heard today it takes a minimum of 30 days for the price to be impacted, and we only buy 5% of oil from the Middle East. Disclosing price manipulation may be as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So Sherry, though, in Australia, it's quite different. We get 90%, believe it or not, we have oil here, but we get 90% of our oil manufactured and it comes from there and it's manufactured somewhere else. And that's for Australia. And it was interesting because they just had an emergency sort of session in Parliament, and the Greens and the Labor, who are, anyway, they've Pauline Hanson, she said, let's make sure we've got some oil stock. We don't have much oil stock in place here in Australia. It's weird. Both those parties went no. So it's so interesting to see, like, and if prices go up, everyone will see, oh, it's this group that was saying no, they weren't looking after us. So I found that, and I don't usually watch anything mainstream, but this just came through and I went, oh, how interesting. So it's just really showing people they don't have our best interests at heart. And yeah, so it's interesting. And it was interesting that Pauline Hanson was invited by Trump to go over to the US.
Who
And
was?
Pauline Hanson, she's been around for years. She's one nation party. And I mean, she's been saying for years about, look, if we have this happening, too much immigration, if we have this happening, then all of these things, it's going to be anti-Australia, literally. And it's what she's saying is happening and people are starting to realize. So she's now polling, like she's beating all the other, the Labor, the Liberals, all of them. She's beating them in the polls. So people are really woken up. I mean, to me, it's like we need a whole new system. It's this,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
but it's waking people up. So yeah, justice. Look at this, it's come up again. Justice. So we need to have a whole new system.
Yeah.
So for the US, yeah, Sherry, I'm not sure where you're talking about, whether it is the US, but that probably wouldn't be as impacted, definitely, because you get a lot from Canada as well. You've got that big pipeline that comes through from Canada. Because I remember when the fake Biden shut that down really early on, and everyone was going, "What are you doing?" So it's. Yeah, so I think you guys, the refining of the oil and everything.
Well, I was thinking Venezuela just because it's right there. Right, it's right there.
Yep.
But if that's the case, then I mean, why would our prices go so high if it's only 5% from that we get it from the Middle East?
Yeah. I don't know that it will in the US. I think panic, you know what it's like. As soon as people start thinking about it and focusing on it, what happens? We create it. So I guess we all just need to stay calm and just go, okay, everything's going to be fine. It's all right. Top up your car, whatever it is you need to do. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's just going to be, I don't think it's going to go on for that long.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's saying our prices went up within hours in Canada. Yeah, it's all movie.
It's the emotional aspect from people. I think by June, and this card's just come, and I'm saying this, I feel by June a lot of this stuff is going to really settle. So, and by then, who knows? Cuba might even have been looked after. You just don't. We don't know what part of the movie we're watching next. So,
Right.
I don't know. That's how I see it. That's yeah. But I mean, and again, trust what you're getting. Trust your own intuition. But this is just how I'm seeing it. So, but it doesn't have to be the same as what you guys get. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
And ours did too. And Sherry, actually, it was so interesting because I got the hit to fill up my car. I think it was like almost the day before all this went crazy, and we're paying $1 for. I got the cheapest on the coast. It was $1.44 for a litre in Australian dollars. And the next day, I was driving back past that same place, that same petrol station, gas station, whatever you call them, and I was going, "What's all this traffic? What is going on?" So I went into the other lane. It was a queue, and the price had already jumped up to like, I think it was up to like $1.89 or $1.90, and a lot of other places were $2.50. It was crazy within one day, and that was all emotional. They knew they could say, "Oh, we can quickly put these prices up now because everyone expects it." So yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
I noticed it, and I was in it, and I saw it, and I just went, "Oh, glad I was here yesterday." So just followed my intuition. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. Oh boy. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. So has the Strait of Hormuz, I think it's called, has it been unblocked? Do the cards say that now with the new Trump thing providing insurance that it's going to start moving again? So
Let's have a
um
look.
or should we look and see if that's even true?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like to see if it's actually.
If he actually did say that he would provide the insurance,
Yeah, let's
that
just
we
see if
would.
that's actually something that's on the table. Yeah, because temperance has come up. So what I was getting is that anything that's going on, it's probably because of all of the flashing, the stuff that's going on. So this is a waiting card. So it's have patience, but things will move and change. So yeah, I do believe that it may not get brought in until things have settled down. Yeah, I'm getting a yes. So it might take a little bit of time for things to settle down in the reality of what's going on over there. But yes, he's definitely said that. And he's that if that needs to happen, it's in place. Look at this card. It's loving us today, this justice card. So
Yeah.
it's in place if it's needed. But I feel also that that's like hey, we've got the solution, don't panic as well.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
they may not even need to use it. It's just showing what's been done in the past that's actually been manipulated to stop things.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
is it to point out to people that the UK is the bad guys?
Has what? Can you just repeat that?
So is
Has
this the movie playing out this way to show that the UK is the bad guys, like they were the bad guys, to show people like look at what they're doing.
yeah. I think it's showing like Lloyd's of London. The
Right.
London self. Yes. Let's
Yes.
just double check. But I'm getting a very strong yes. So people understand the manipulation and yeah. So Six of Wands. This is a victory card. So it's definitely showing that to people because again, it's so hard in our humanity. We tend to go UK and lump everything in it, people included. All right. So no, I feel this is actually. Oh, that one wants to come out. Yeah, and it's actually going to help bring balance back to the world because of this knowledge and so when a lot of these companies go down, people are going to know why. Yeah, they're going to understand why. So and it's almost like the Two of Swords to me, it can be a no, and it can also be no, we need to look at this deeper. So there's something else going on as well. So it's not going to happen. I don't feel that taking down of them publicly is going to happen for a while, but it's putting it out there. So, which
Okay.
is what, yeah.
Okay. Okay, the other thing that I noticed that is a big deal is that BlackRock is not allowing people to withdraw money from their investments,
Okay. So you mean like stocks and things or from their actual stock, what they're not allowing them, have they
like their
closed it down?
investments. Yeah, like they're not allowing people to, I think they're putting limits now to people's, to how much they can withdraw.
Okay. Well, interesting. So do you know any specific companies? Because they own like half the world and the other one owns the
No,
other
it's
half.
just this BlackRock itself is not allowing people to withdraw money. Like anybody who's got investments with BlackRock.
So, okay, because BlackRock own half of all the other companies too. So, yeah,
Right.
I'm just going to ask if it's actually true first, if you know what I mean, like if this
Yeah.
is actually true.
Yeah.
And yeah, let me just Yeah. Okay. I am getting some stuff here, so let's just see what the cards can show us as well. Yeah, I'm getting, yeah, interesting. I was getting yes. But what they're doing is it's showing who they actually are. I feel that the world card is when something new's coming in and something bigger's coming in. And so people need to, again, be asking questions. Well, why would they do that? What's actually going on? So this is a multi-layered, multi-leveled look at this transformation as we get our death card. It's slow, but it's happening and it's worldwide. So this is why, that's why I kept asking that question. What is BlackRock? I know they own all these other conglomerates and companies, and people don't know it belongs to BlackRock. So isn't it interesting that it's actually directly coming from BlackRock? So it's, oh, that one wants to come out. Yeah. So it's going to show something new to people. So this Page of Pentacles is about taking a small step with reality. So these cards really explain it well.
Okay. So is this going to oh my gosh, what was that I was going to ask? So is the plan to take BlackRock down, like chip away at it with these negative uh, uh news?
Let's have a look and see. I mean, because, a lot of people have probably never heard of BlackRock, and what's the other one? I can't remember the name of the other one.
Vanguard?
Yeah, BlackRock and Vanguard. Most people don't realize they have all these companies. It's almost like shelf companies for them, but they own I think it's like 150 people that we don't even know who they are, own all of it. They've had all the money and wealth and power through these two conglomerates.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's just see. So will they hit the Hanged Man? So it's going to take time, because this to me is almost like just hang in there. It's okay. This is going to take some time. Once there's more balance, so once a lot of the ones that were hard to get rid of, places like Iran, places like Cuba, wherever, once that balance comes in, then we can move forward. And I feel that will be taken over at a level. So it's not working how it used to work. Yeah, King of Pentacles, there's definitely a financial plan around this as well. So it is part of the plan, but it's not going to just come out and go, oh, they're bad, bad, bad. It's just going to drip feed it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's like everything. It's almost like this timing that has to happen, so people really get a bigger picture of what's been going on.
Okay.
Mm.
Interesting.
And then the Fool card just came up. So this is the new beginning.
Oh, okay.
So which is what it's moving towards, is a new beginning. It's a new way of being that people aren't aware of, or people don't know about, and they'll go, why does everything seem easier? Why does, why do we feel, why does it financially feel better? So
Okay. All right. So Maree has a question. She'd like to ask the cards about Melania and the movie that just came out on her. She presided over the UN Security Council. So there's more focus on going on with Melania. So what's that all about? Why is that happening?
has anyone seen the movie? I don't even know what it's about or anything. So yeah, let's just see if we can get some all I was getting then intuitively, and I'd love to know if anyone else has got some thoughts on this, because of her femininity, because she is seen as such a goddess, she is seen as a beautiful feminine power. I feel, yeah, oh my God, and we get the Hierophant card. I feel it's actually re-empowering the feminine. So, because the Hierophant card has been that masculine authority overlord, and it's almost, that's all I just keep getting with her. It's to show that woman has power, judgment cards come up. It's really bringing up how this patriarchal system has been working for so long. And people, I guess it will also help Trump's image too. I don't know what's actually in the movie. I have no idea. So if anyone has seen it, yeah, let us know. So, and I think it's going to, like the Eight of Cups has come up, I think it's going to help people to walk away from, oh, well, you know, she's just part of that Trump family. And it's actually going to show who she really is. And, you know, to me, I just see her as this beautiful feminine goddess, especially after having male first ladies, you know, in place. Or I think it's, yeah. So, so Maree's seen it. So it's about Melania. Very good documentary.
Yeah.
Interesting. So yeah. It'd be interesting to see how they've wanted her portrayed. Yeah. Yes, and
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah,
Hmm.
Kylie, it's true
Yeah.
because I actually feel that because she's so graceful, but you can feel the power emanating from her. And then when she speaks, it's just so beautiful. It is, and she's a powerful woman, powerful, powerful, feminine. So that's what I was getting intuitively about it as well.
Okay. All right. So bringing back the
Mm.
matriarchy, right?
Yes. Well, bringing back the balance with the feminine masculine because it's been so weighed heavily in the patriarchal way for so long. It's like, okay, we all have to come back to balance within ourselves with that feminine masculine, and then that will help, you know, the collective and each person start to realize, oh, I don't have to be this way. I can just follow my intuition, and then if I need to have my masculine come through, I do it. And yeah, so it's helping to bring back that balance. I don't know, that's all I'm getting.
Okay. Okay. Very cool. Thank you so much for the question. Let us know
Yes.
if you have any other questions. Um, so right now it looks like I saw something that said that the banks are suing the government for stablecoin yields. Do you know what that is?
No idea. No.
Okay, so stable coins are coins that don't change in price. They stay like at the $1 level, like Tether or USDC or USBC. Like they're just at a dollar. Even Ripple has their own stable coin. Um,
Right.
and So now what they're doing is the crypto exchanges are giving you a percentage yield if you leave your money in a stable coin with them. Almost like a bank. Like if you keep money in the bank, they're going to pay you, right? If it's in a yield account or a savings account, they're going to give you money back. Um, of course, it's always a joke of a return. But anyway, so now the banks are supposedly suing the government because they're allowing stablecoin yields to happen. So is
Mm.
this real or is it part of the movie?
Okay, let's have a look and see what we get on this. Oh, I think it's part of the movie. We've got our Emperor card come up. So, yeah, I feel that this is obviously bringing to light some of the corruption with banks because, you know, we can have bail-ins as much as bail-outs. So we are the ones that bail in if the money goes. You know, if the bank goes down, we lose our money. That's the bail-in. So I feel this is actually looking at bringing something to light so people really get it, how these banks are just a system. And yeah, so it's been worked on. The Eight of Pentacles, I feel this is just bringing in an awareness again for people to say, well, they can't control this. This is not their right to control this. So I'm not sure if they've passed there wasn't there a bill coming out around
The
crypto and things.
Clarity, yeah, the Clarity Act. Yeah.
Has it been passed?
I don't think so. I
Yeah,
think they're
because
fighting over it.
that's it. I got the Hermit card. So this is actually bringing into awareness why they need to have like something that actually sets it up so that it is okay to do it. So the hermit is when they go inside, they look at everything. I mean, I think it's, again, I really feel this is just showing that banks have way too much power, and they cannot dictate to governments, or they cannot dictate what they want for their terms, just because they've now got a competitor, and they've always, well, look at who owns them. Look at, look at where they come from. Look at what they call the Federal Reserve. So yeah, so I feel this is going to actually, yeah, change something somewhere so that the banks don't have that sort of power and control anymore.
Okay. So can the cards tell us if the movie, the way the movie's going so far, is actually awakening people?
Yeah, let's have a look and see. Let's have a look and see. Is it helping people to awaken and to ask questions more so than what they normally would, and start to get a raise in stuff? Yeah, it's so the Four of Pentacles to me is a foundation that's taken a long time to set up. So I feel that, yeah, this has actually been set up deliberately, so that people do ask questions. When the Empress cards comes up, this is around creating our world, or whatever it is, from a good space, from a space of heart. So it looks like it is, and it's been in play for a really long time. Oh, Three of Cups. Yes, it is. This is a celebration card. So it absolutely is. And we might think, well, that happened really fast. But in actual fact, this has been set up since like 60s, long time ago.
Whoa.
Long time ago. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So
Well, I would
you think,
think, I mean, I would think to turn around the way that the world is going, that would take many years to
well,
do.
it has. It has. This is the thing. It already has. And this is why I think a lot of stuff's already happened, and it's just been coming out publicly, or it's being shown in right timing. And I feel it's in sync with this consciousness shift as well.
Hmm.
So yeah, I really feel that it's coming in with that. So yeah, and the Queen of Swords, that's the second time she's come out. She wanted to come out. So this is when things are being spoken in a direct way. It's actually showing a clearer path and a truth.
Oh my gosh, I just thought about something that I actually got upset about, that I heard. And I'm sorry, this is a very touchy subject. So I'm just going to say, um, I'm always looking for truth. And that's why we have this show, because it's a reality check. And as you guys know, we have been lied about really pretty much everything. And I had heard this before, that the Holocaust never happened. And I kind of blew it off, and I was like, no, how's that possible? Blah, blah, blah. And then I saw a video where it was just a really strong factual video of things that kind of show that it really didn't happen. So the video goes on to say that, like, before 1990, that the explanation of the Holocaust wasn't even in history books at school, like in the schools, like, wasn't even there. I do not remember learning about it in school myself when I was younger, because that was before 1990. Um, and so that it started appearing in our reality around that time, and that when they started looking into Auschwitz, that it was really a country club, and there was no such thing as putting them in gas chambers or anything like that. And then I started thinking, oh my God, I remember the movie Schindler's List
Yeah.
by Steven Spielberg. And just that thought was like, oh my God, they did that to put it in our psyche to make us believe that it was real.
Well, I remember reading when I was like 15. I loved Leon Uris. I don't know how many of you have read any of his books, but I read the Marla 18, and that was about it all back then, and that was the 70s. So yeah, military, yeah. So what I've gleaned intuitively is there were definitely some of the Jews that were sacrificed by their own, well, the Jesuits, like by the cabal. They were sacrificed, and that that Hitler actually apparently had the most beautiful country. Like everyone was quite wealthy. Like he really looked after his people, and he said, "I can pay if you're." If they're in trouble, I'm going to pay to get them all out. They shut all the borders to him. They wouldn't let him get them out.
Yeah, so
So
that's the other thing he was playing was this. It was what he was saying. Oh my God, you just said his name and I forgot.
Leon Uris or Hitler.
Oh, Hitler. So that the actually what he was saying in his um when he was talking to people, he was explaining like exactly what you're saying. Like he was trying to take care of them, and he was like totally the opposite of what we were told he did. Like it was like, oh my God, we have vilified this man, and he didn't do anything.
Because the winners always write the history books. It's a little bit like today and his son. All of those ones, they didn't. It wasn't how it came across. So yeah, there was definitely collusion going on there, and I was focusing on Hitler at that time, and there was justice. He was trying to get justice for his country, because they were in this time of wealth, and he
Yeah.
was, yeah, and of course he needed to be taken down. So it's so interesting what we don't know, and it's fascinating. I think we've talked about this before. I never wanted to study history when I was in high school. I was like, I don't
Me
know, I don't
either. Me
want to know
either. I've always hated it.
yeah, same. And I was like, nah, it just doesn't feel right. So I've never believed anything anyway. You know what? We get caught up. We're human. So, of course, we believe some stuff. And then these little seeds come in and we ask questions. And then there's some more downloads and some intuition. And it's so hard to reverse those type of big things. And I feel it did happen to an extent, but they were used as scapegoats. You know what I mean? Though, because when I was working in the UK in London as a nurse back in the late 80s, we would have people from Germany come over for open heart surgery. They'd actually, hire for time in the private hospitals, in the theatres, the surgeons, and so we'd have all the German patients come over. And I saw quite a few of them that they actually had the number tattooed on them, and I
Mhm.
talked to them about it. So this was, they were in there. God, what was it then? 70s, 70s, 60s, 70s, having
But
this
that's
heart
what,
surgery.
yeah, so that's what he was saying is that when he looked into Auschwitz, that it was a country club, literally, yeah, a jail, but it had a swimming pool and it had like almost like where you like a country club. Like there was no gas chambers, there was no, any of that. So
Yeah, look,
but it
I'm
didn't
not
really
sure.
happen the way that we were presented it by Mr. Spielberg.
It's interesting though, because I did go. I've been to Auschwitz. I visited those places in the 80s, and yeah, it was it was really hard to sort of even fathom that went on. So I don't know whether they were built later, but it was, yeah. So I'm not. I feel that there were some places that were set up like that, but it wasn't as many as what they said, and it yeah. So I don't know, just having talked to someone that was there,
Mhm,
like I
mhm.
was 24 and it was 1989, and I was in a private hospital in London, and I could speak a little bit of German, and I was speaking with this person.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah,
Kathy,
so
it's a great question because it could be that we shifted timelines. So could it be that we're vibrating higher and in this timeline, maybe an atrocity like that wouldn't happen or something. I don't know. Like, is
It's
that's so possible?
well, I mean, there's so many multitude of possibilities with timelines and dimensions that, yeah, Kathy, I think anything's possible as well. So, let's have a look and just see, is that a possibility?
Yeah.
I feel there's always the there's always the cabal in a way in all of them, and so
Yeah.
whether it's lesser than or more impactful depending on the consciousness at the time, depending on whatever. Yeah, so there's our integrity card next to that. So it depended, I think, on maybe a timeline as to how impactful it was. So Five of Pentacles, this is when people are left out in the cold, change comes, but it can be different in timelines. So it's a really good question. We can have different experiences in with different decisions that have been made.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you think the cards are saying that that is a possibility then, that we are shifting timelines, so it's a different, it's almost like
Yeah.
what happened with the Mandela effect, right?
Correct. That's what I was just getting. And then the Tower card comes up. So something changes. I mean, we all know about the changes that have happened with, the experiments, but just the timelines, even like I mean, personally, I know of some that I remember it being a certain way. And I'm going, yeah, I'm not stupid. There's been a definite shift with this. So whether it was deliberate and they were playing with the timelines and it's happened, it's, yeah, it's just fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine that if we shifted to a higher vibrational earth, that in this new earth, that that event was less uh
Impact.
yeah, less horrific,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. No, definitely. So the cards have come up again, and this has come up again. Now we know
Oh
this
my
doesn't come
God.
up very often. And then the King of Pentacles. So yes, the plan can be changed, can be different. The reality can be different, and we can create it too. The Empress. So
Okay.
it's yeah. That's just confirming for me what we're sort
Yeah.
of talking about.
Okay. Okay. That would make sense then, that it's a like a Mandela effect type thing where,
It's
you
oh my
know,
gosh, it's come up again. So it has happened. It has happened, but I feel it was a what's the word? It was almost like we sorry, but you guys are going to just take the fall for this, so we can say this is what happened and blame it on this particular person. So again,
oh, okay.
it was the cabal that actually did it.
Oh yeah, of course, for sure. So the mind-blowing thing too is that they're blamed it on Hitler, and he had nothing to do with it.
Tried to get them out, and yeah,
Yeah.
so it was part of that plan for World War II. It was all
Yeah.
part of it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
Wow.
and it's really hard sometimes for our belief system to change as well, because when we've been told something and it's been indoctrinated into us, then so I still, just from my experience, personal experience, I do believe that there were places like that.
Yeah, that it did happen. But what you're saying is
Not
that it
to the
was not,
extent,
yeah,
not
but
to the
there was no, right, not to the extent that we were told, uh and not by Hitler.
Yep,
Yeah.
that judgment card's come up again. It's like,
Yeah.
yep. So there is some more truth coming out around it. It was all a plan. We know World War One, World War Two were all absolutely planned and
Yeah.
staged by the
Yeah.
deep state.
Just
Yep.
like what's happening right now, I guess.
Well, yeah. So it's like, okay, this is a plan. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's mind-blowing because as we move timelines
mm,
and as we go to the higher vibrational earth,
yeah,
like that really shows you like how we should let go of the past stories that we've been
it's come up again as you were saying that, and I agree. I feel the more power we give, like we all have to work with our own. The devil to me is an aspect within us, the shadow side, that we all have to do our work with, and therefore it is in this system. It is part of the collective. So the more we do for ourselves, the more we work on ourselves, then as that releases or becomes aware and we go, okay, yep, I see this, I own this, we then can expand and we can then remember who we truly are. And then that goes into the collective. So this is how it changes as well. And this card, I mean, I've never seen it come up this much, you know, in any show. It just doesn't. So it's again, at the end of the day, it does come back to us and what we're creating
Yes,
for
and the
ourselves.
belief, right. So
Yeah.
even believing the past stories anchors us into those. It actually it anchors, it gives it power to stay alive. In other words, it gives it power for that suffering to stay there. Like if we let go of those stories, right? Like then it has no power, so it just kind of fizzles. It kind of just maybe
And it
those
can't be recreated in our life, in our reality. It can't be recreated. Yeah. Yeah. And I know
wow.
it's
That's
like we
really
live in this
powerful.
multi-dimensional hologram aspect. So
Wow,
it's
that's oh my gosh, that really just how many stories can I go back to and let go of? Like Christopher Columbus going into all the islands and killing all the Aborigines, and Spain and all of that.
yeah.
Um,
You wonder if they were reset times, you know, you
yeah,
just
so it's almost like I need to let
yeah,
go of those stories. I don't want to. In order to propagate that suffering, I need to let that go. I need to let go really of everything I believe has happened in the past, and I need to like really let it go.
yeah, exactly. And you know, and it doesn't mean that we don't have
Wow.
compassion. It doesn't mean that we're being naive. To me, it's like, well, if I'm creating my own reality, then it's almost like we have to, yeah,
Yeah, if I don't
to,
want suffering in my reality, then
yeah,
I really need to let go of those things that had suffering in the past, so that that reality starts disappearing from the multi-dimension where it exists, I guess, right?
totally. You know, and this might be a really big leap for some people, which is fine, but even planting seeds, and then if it doesn't, you don't agree with it, or if it doesn't sit right with you, that's absolutely fantastic. Just trust what you're getting. For each of us, it's we all have a very different experience in life as well, and so it just, and yeah, so there's no right or wrong way to do it. It is simply an experience.
Wow. My mind is blown because I've never really looked at the past um in this way where my belief in the event makes it even stronger. So
Yeah.
it's wow. That's
That remember, they know that these beings cannot create, so they use us to create, and they tell us stories so that we then believe them and can create them into reality.
wow. Yeah, no, I get it. I just would love to go back and really look at what else do I believe that I need to let go of so that that timeline disappears, so that that event disappears. Um, Even 9/11, like that's another one that I need to let go of.
Yep, and this is where it can get really hard for people, you know, especially, you know, if you've lost a loved one or you know of
Yeah,
people. So
yeah.
this is where it only is right for whoever it's right for. It doesn't make it right or truth for everyone.
Right.
It's,
Right.
it,
But for
you know,
us, since we have no emotional attachment to it, if we let it go, then that means that now it has less power,
yeah.
right?
And you don't have to go back in. What I'm feeling for me is I just sit and I just go, this world is beautiful. It has, I stay with that beautiful, positive aspect of it. And, everything always works for me. I'm always looked after. This is an amazing matrix to be in because I'm creating every moment within this, so it's coming from the now moment too, which is really hard to do sometimes. And yeah, so I don't
Yeah.
know.
So even in your personal life, I agree that we should let go of it's the same story, right? Like it's the same thing, whether it's a huge event that cost a lot of a lot of pain or
Yes,
an event that happened in your life that caused a lot of pain,
totally.
right?
And it's so fascinating because these cards came out. So we've got the sun came out. Okay, so we've taken on a lot of stuff from childhood, and those perceptions might be, I'm always abandoned, I'm not good enough, all of the things that might come. So it's up to us to find that balance within our own world to then create and not to have fear, but to go, well, it's the unknown, but do you know what? I'm great. I'm okay. This is going to be okay. So these cards come up after all the other cards that have been coming up that have sort of had more of that shadow side, whatever it is. This is our possibility. This is
Yeah.
totally our
Yeah.
possibility.
And I want to address this for Shanna because um,
Yes.
what we're talking about, Shanna, is when you were in 3D and your vibration was super low, and then at that time, your Hebrew school teacher, who wasn't that vibration, right, had that story. But you're not in that timeline anymore. You're not that like, and I know this is hard to understand, but it's like you're just not in that timeline anymore. That's not even you know, close to where you are now. Like we're not on that timeline. So it's like let's let go of the timelines that keep us, in anchored into those lower vibrational timelines, you know?
And
Um yeah, Marie,
absolutely.
go ahead and
No, and absolutely. And Shanna, that's like I said, I actually met someone who told me stuff and I knew it was truth. And he was very quietly spoken and he'd survived it and he was in this private hospital. So I know that it happened for them. And the thing is though, we are such powerful, powerful, powerful creators that we can actually shift this. And it's our experience now. We've probably been there. We've probably had this timeline so many different times. It's all it's a really maybe difficult concept to get ourselves around because we're so used to linear. This isn't a linear concept. So, and that might help you. That we're not saying it didn't happen at all, not at all. It's
Mhm.
just we have the ability to co-create a whole new experience, a whole new way of things. And
Right. So
by yeah,
right. And in the new earth, do you think the new earth is going to have this story in it? Like I just can't imagine this story existing in the new earth. It's just I just right? Like I mean, I might be looking at it wrong, but that's the way like in my head logically I'm thinking it's a higher vibrational timeline. This doesn't exist in that timeline. It just doesn't.
exactly. And the Three of Wands tells us that we're looking to the future by being in this moment, taking action, and letting go of the past. So yeah, it's and we all are having a different experience. Everyone that's on here, Elisa, we're all having a whole different experience without knowing it. We're just presuming that we're all having this same experience. So I love that because this is what our soul's here for, is this experience and
Yeah.
our remembering and our aha moments and our, oh, how come I'd forgotten this?
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's yeah.
Even your past changes. And Kathy, this is so true. I know this because I was going through this emotional stuff years and years ago. I was going, what is going on with me? And then a girl that was doing a massage for me, she said, you've been really emotional. I went, yeah. She said, it's another lifetime. So I tapped into it. And I was in that lifetime, I was like a baker, and my husband had gone off to get stuff, and he hadn't returned, and it had been like days and weeks. And I was just going, I need to know if he's dead, like if he's gone, if he's dead. And me in this dimension, I went through to her and I actually dropped a white feather. She was praying in a little chapel. I dropped a white feather next to her. And I'm getting goosebumps as I'm telling this, because I know that she got the message. He's gone. Okay, I can now just grieve, cope, and move on. And then my whole emotional sadness, everything I'd been feeling, that grief, it just went. So I know I changed another experience that my soul was having here in this multi-universal, whatever you want to call it, experience. So anything to me is possible. It's limitless.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Wow. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do some work on that, on going back and seeing what do I believe that I can let go of, so that I don't propagate that suffering, that is, so I don't make that event even more real or true.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So that, I guess, that's compassion. That's compassion. It's not saying it didn't happen. It's the compassion that actually comes through. And we're creators. We're powerful, absolutely powerful spiritual beings.
yeah, absolutely. I would think that doing so also would, do you think it would raise our vibration even more, in a way, our frequency?
Look at the card that came up. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I'm getting told that there's an easier way to probably do it than going back and trying to find all of those
Oh,
times.
yeah. So what is it?
Well, to me, what I'm getting is just sitting and just saying, just tapping in to, I release and clear all times that are of a low vibration, that, for me. Now, the thing is, those souls may wanted to experience that. That's not what
That's
this is
true.
about. For me, I actually choose now to continue to create in this high frequency, this beautiful expanded consciousness from the heart, from soul, from God source, whatever you want to call it, and to be just to be in each moment in my most clarity and my highest potential. Something like that. I'm not going to go back and look at all the stuff. I'm just not.
Yeah, because
So
then we're giving it energy.
correct. So to me, it's the intention of what's here right now for me, and to allow my my wisdom, my memory of my soul, of everything I've mastered from other dimensions and other lifetimes to come through to me. I'm open to receiving and so grateful for who I am. Just something like along those lines.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. Wow, this took a turn that I did not think it would, and it's mind blowing. And I'm grateful for that. I imagine there was a reason why it came up and why it needed to be discussed. So, um, wow, just mind blowing.
Yes.
Um, Kathleen's saying it's like doing lineage work, going back and changing the way things that happened to our ancestors and forgiving and clearing. It changes our reality and emotions, feelings, etc. Yep.
Well
And
said.
yep.
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 Love it. And remember, though, it's so hard because we are so thinking linear, because we've deliberately come into a system or a matrix or a place where we've slowed time down so that we can experience every single moment of it. So we can speed that up as well if it's like, okay, that experience, no, I'm going to actually experience it this way instead. And it's not linear. So everything's going on now. So Kathleen, this is where that lineage work comes into play, even though it's happening now. It's the whole concept is mind-blowing, and it's really difficult when we're here to experience it linearly, however you say it, that our mind, our brain just goes, this doesn't compute. So this is where the consciousness comes in to help us to see it in an expanded, bigger perspective.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep. Absolutely.
And I love that everyone's really got involved with this. It's so good to hear everyone's perspective and thoughts and experiences. So it's really cool, guys. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for yeah, for being vulnerable. We appreciate it. We appreciate being you being here and all of that. So yeah, Maree, so tomorrow there is no show for me for Australia because I didn't find anybody to have on the show. But the following Tuesday I have and I'll talk about it next Monday. But I do have somebody who's coming who wrote a book and it's super interesting book. So um it's I might write it on the channel so people maybe have time to read it before he's on the show. But
Cool.
it's a really weird spelling for a planet. It's like Thuba. I don't know. Anyway, it's a
Mm.
prophecy, something about a prophecy. So, um, yeah. So I will drop in the channel like what the name of it is and everything. Okay, everybody, we love you. Thank you for being here. And don't forget Marie's dream show next Sunday,
Yep.
and um, and then
And
our
can I
show
just say
Monday.
quick hi to Nick, because Nick had a bit of a an ankle break and she's just got home from surgery. So my
Oh,
so Nick on the
wow.
show on the comments today. So we just keep sending love and light to our beautiful Nick. And yeah, she's a bit of a trooper. So
Okay. All right. Well, sending you much love, Nick, and that you heal quickly.
yes.
All right, everybody. Take care. Bye bye.